Hi, Crystal.
Hi, Gail. How are you?
I am well. How are you doing?
Good. I am going to make you the host and leave the meeting.
Great. Have a good evening.
Thank you. You too.
Hi, Earl.
Hello,
Hi there, Earl.
can you hear me?
I can indeed.
Ah,
I can.
great. You can see me too, or no?
Nope. Nope.
Okay, let's try that. Let's see, allow us to use your camera? Yes. Oh, there I am. Yep,
Yes. Yep.
sound and vision, very good. Okay,
And I'll rename you.
okay.
Toby will be joining us.
Okay,
I have not heard from Pat.
okay. Well, as long as there's the three of us, we're all set.
There will be a quorum.
Good.
And like always, this meeting is recorded.
Yep. All right.
Christine got your, the minutes, so we're all set there.
Yep, and so are we gonna be able to approve January's as well?
Yes, tonight.
Okay.
Yep. It's Toby
Toby, oh, you joining us?
joining us now.
Oh, good, okay.
Hi, Toby.
Hello. I don't see my image. Am I not coming through on video? Ah, that's why. I should start that.
There
Hi,
you are.
Toby.
There we go. Much better.
And let me
Hi,
rename.
Toby.
Hello, Earl.
How you?
Good, thank you. How you doing?
Doing fine, thanks. I'm ready for spring weather instead of winter weather,
Well, we've been a little spoiled.
but that's for
Some-
sure.
Our
Just-
magnolia tree is starting to open its blossoms, and I'm a little worried it's going to get hit by frost.
Let's keep our fingers crossed.
That's early for it, usually, isn't it?
It is very early. It's getting confused by all this nice weather we've had now and then.
Yep. Yep. Hopefully there won't be anything too dramatic, although in my memory, there for the past 42 years, there has always been a snowstorm sometime before April 9th.
Oh, is that right? All right, well, we'll be prepared for it. I hope not, but
It may not last long, although the first one that I ever noticed lasted 3 or 4 days, but
That's a big one.
that was a big one. Yep. Didn't go away right away. But other than that, they've mostly been lighter, but there's always been snow up until the 9th is kind of the, as far as I'm concerned, the cutoff. Past the 9th, and we should be okay. Well, let's see. I have not heard from Pat, so I
Okay.
don't believe he will join us tonight. It probably didn't work with his schedule.
Okay.
So since we have a quorum, we will go ahead and call the meeting to order.
Right at 6:30, good. Okay.
And we won't need to appoint any alternates. So we'll get right to approving the January 2024 minutes, and then we'll do the February 2024 minutes. So Toby, from you, I just need a motion to approve January's minutes.
So moved.
I'll second.
And then if there's no discussion, then, or I should say, is there any discussion?
Nope.
Nope. Then all in favor of approving January 2024 minutes?
Aye.
All right, that's unanimous. And then we'll do the same, Toby, for the February 2024 minutes.
So moved.
Thank you. Earl? Your sound has gone.
Earl, you're still on mute. We
Am
can't
I
hear
back
you.
now?
You're
How
back.
about now?
There
Okay,
we go.
so weird. I don't know why that happened.
So Toby,
Told me it was doing it, but
Toby made a motion to approve February's minutes.
okay, I'll second it.
Any discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, that is unanimous. So that's business taken care of. Only correspondence that I had, or that the commission has had, is I had conversations with Jay Cantor, president of the Historical Society, regarding our 2024 partner program.
Okay,
And so I'll report on that in a moment or two.
okay. He's the head of the historic
The president of the Historical Society.
Okay.
and doing a very excellent job.
Great.
Old business, commission members update. The other thing I have to say is I've put out a number of feelers out, asking other people who have different pools of acquaintances and friends to potentially suggest some possibilities that we could approach.
Okay.
So I suggest we all do that.
Okay.
We
Good
have,
idea.
we have currently, I say we have need for 2 alternates and 1 regular member.
Okay.
And we've got a representative from West Woodstock and from South Woodstock and Woodstock Hill. And you, Earl, I think, are you in East or are you in North?
East.
You're in East. So it'd be good to have at least 1 person from North. And the way it's set up is to, that we can have 2 or even if necessary, 3 people from any given district. And we'd like to try and identify another person on the Hill who's actually within the district, but that's proving elusive at the moment.
Okay.
So, put the feelers out, see who we can find.
Good.
All right, 2024 program. Let me get my notes. We had talked about it being a program on window preservation. And Jay indicated that the Historical Society was very interested in partnering with us, and they can offer Palmer Hall as the program location. And he and I talked about 2 iterations. One could be a talk by a preservation professional, and then a Q&A afterwards. Or it can be a larger program, which would be talk plus demonstration and Q&A. And Jay provided me with one suggestion. Historical Society member had actually talked to him about a potential restoration specialist who's in New York and conducts hands-on workshops and lectures. So
Okay.
I've sent out an email a query to him to ask him if he could provide me with some information about his programs, what he does, the details and specifics, and what he charges.
Yep. Okay.
There's one other person you might consider, or an other person,
Mhm.
and that is Greg Wilmot.
Where is Greg?
We dig out his contact information. He is based in Pomfret and works for a company called Grace Restoration and Woodworking.
Mhm.
And he hand builds period windows.
Oh, okay. Good.
And I don't know if he'd be interested or if he has, suitable material, but
Oh, good, especially that as he's local, it's
Yeah.
good to consider. Do you have a contact number for him?
I do. 860-928-2775.
Great. I will connect with him and see what he has to say.
Great.
And then I'll also check and see if Historic New England's property care people have, it suddenly occurred to me that perhaps my own employer may have a windows restoration program. So
Yep.
I will check with them as well to see if they have something. As to timing, if it's going to be a demo or some kind of hands-on workshop, then we'd want to do it when the weather is good, but that really would work for us right up through probably into October.
Okay.
So, and we've got time if we needed to apply for a quick program grant, I think the turnaround time on things that are relatively inexpensive is pretty fast.
Okay.
So,
It could be an interesting idea if we were able to do these things periodically with different experts.
Mhm.
It could be of interest to the homeowners within the historic district and could be a way to engage with the community.
well, that's the genesis of this, was that annually, well, we try, COVID interrupted it dramatically, but we tried up until COVID to do some kind of a program for the residents that was for the residents, open to the general public, but for the residents. And so this would be the first year we've really gotten back to it.
Yeah.
And I think that's where that's where the Windows suggestion came from. And I can't remember who made it, but that's where it started. And so that's, and then from there we can expand, I think, if it proves successful. Jay and I talked about audience, and I think we would certainly promote it through historic districts all over Connecticut, and potentially Massachusetts and Rhode Island, but also open it up to a larger audience as well, not restrict it to people who are just within the historic district, because you're apt to get people from all over, as you said, Toby, people from all over who are interested in window preservation.
Who would you apply for the program grants with?
The CLHO has grants, and I'm pretty sure Preserve Connecticut has grants as well, but don't
Don't quote
that's,
those? Okay, just
don't-
say, just
yeah,
because.
we would look for a grant. We have $150 in our budget for a program. But we would need extra funds so that we wouldn't need to charge a
Right.
prohibitive amount. A program's not going to be that expensive, I don't think. We could cover that with probably with our 150. However, a workshop would be more. And I looked up what the workshops at this particular individual in New York State held, and what they charged, and they ranged from somewhere $75 a person and up to $135.
Wow.
I think 135 is on the steep side for Northeast Connecticut. I think it would restrict our pool, our audience pool. And so it would be great if, our objective would be to get it funded so that we would charge a nominal amount, but that it would not in any way begin to restrict our audience.
Yeah.
So another possibility, if you wanted to construct a program that was partly about Windows and partly about other things, is that Chris Albrecht from North Woodstock did an awful lot of work on the residents immediately to the south of our church's parsonage, where the Lymans now live. And he has been very highly regarded and spoken of as a carpenter and also painter. So if you wanted to try and do a twofer with Greg and Chris, that's another possibility.
So something to explore. My guess is that probably the Windows program would be quite popular in itself. If we couldn't get anybody to do a workshop, then adding another element to it, adding a twofer, something in the morning and then something else in the something different in the afternoon might be a way to go. So
I don't think we want it to be that long because people are pretty tight on time these days.
Well, I think anything on Windows, there's going to be lots of questions. So that'll take up a signal. let's see what we get from the windows, and then we have your suggestion for Chris Holbrook, and that might be a twofer, as you said, or it might be the genesis of next year's program.
Next year's.
We might be able to pre-plan next year's program.
Right. I think you would probably find the price to be right
Mm.
with those two guys being so local and being civic minded.
Mhm. Well, I will check into Greg and then get back to everybody with the information I get on it's called Reglan Restoration in New York, and then we'll go from there and
Sounds good.
see what we can put together. So
Great.
thanks for everybody's contributions to what hopefully is going to be a program for the first post-COVID program for us. I don't have anything else in old business. Does anybody else? Do either of you gentlemen have anything?
I have a question. I know at one point we left the question about the sidewalks open. I don't know if there's been any follow through on those or.
All right,
No.
no follow-up.
Okay.
And similarly, we had talked about information kiosks.
That has stalled, waiting to find some kind of granting opportunity. The grant that I had been told was available turned out to have gone away.
Oh dear.
And the prompt for the kiosk came out of Preserve, Connecticut, with the understanding that there was money to be able to do something like that.
Yeah.
And then when it came down to actually identifying the source of the funding, that was gone. So
Right.
Yeah.
Rats.
Preserve, Connecticut couldn't find it for me. So so we're holding to see if there's a new round with new expanded parameters that include a kiosk of some type.
Okay. Be great. That's all I had on old.
New business, and I have nothing new.
I don't either.
All right.
Nope.
Then that's a fast, quick meeting. And I will look for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Well,
I'll second.
I'm going to interrupt.
Okay.
One of the things we need to do, I keep forgetting, I forgot last month, is we need to, even though there's four of us, but we need to do something with officers. So currently, Earl, you take the minutes. I'm chair, and we do not have a vice chair. That's, none of that is cast in concrete, and every year it changes.
Okay.
With only four of us, and Pat having difficulty with his schedule, that means there's basically three of us. And so we should think about who wants to do what, and we can discuss this at the next meeting.
Okay. I'm happy to do the minutes and be the clerk.
Okay. So that Toby, you and I will contact Pat and see what he wants to do, but it's just in terms of the formal structure of the commission.
I'm happy to fill in wherever needed.
Is that old business, Gail, or new business?
New business.
Okay.
It's new business.
Just call it officers of.
Right. For the commission.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's not a lifetime appointment. So it's year to year we decide who's what.
Okay.
All right. So next we'll put that on the agenda for next month. That'll give me a chance to talk to Pat and go from there.
Sounds good.
All right. Now, let's see. We've had a motion to adjourn in a second. In which I generated an interrupt. If there's no discussion, then all in favor of adjourning the meeting?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you all. Thank you two very much.
All right.
Great.
Thank you, Gail. Thank
See
you,
you.
Earl.
See you next month.
See you next month.
Good night.
Bye.